could freestyle about it, preach about it, or go off top of the head. But today I brought my notes so I could resurrect the dead. Yeah! Greetings and blessings to my navigators of the seven seas. I am your locksmith, your symbologist, and metaphysical tour guide, Flat Archie 5000. And I'm back with another one as we navigate through the land of Pineal. Today we're going to unlock your Solomon's Temple to explore and decode the Baphomet. In the tradition of entering Solomon's Temple, we must use a meditative master key to help us stay on the path of enlightenment. It is these divine words that have a literal, allegorical, and metaphysical message attached to them when understood in its proper context. So today we give honors and respect to an African proverb that was said, "If you are filled with pride, then you will have no room for wisdom." Let the God repeat it one more time so the memo don't get flown over your head. The famous African proverb states, "If you are filled with pride, then you will have no room for wisdom." Here in Solomon's Temple, the standard of conduct is to be a mastermind. And like that carpenter found in the New Testament, it is here and only here we turn water into wine. Go on and meditate on that and click your heels 3 times while I ring this bell of enlightenment for that powerful meditative key of wisdom as you enter the corridors of your Solomon's Temple. Yeah, let's get to it, shall we? No time to waste. Okay, let's start off by saying that the history and meaning of Baphomet are complex and multifaceted, with interpretations varying across different contexts and belief systems. And for that reason alone, it is wise not to just accept one interpretation of a symbol to shape and mold your version of the truth. One must consider that all symbols have infinite meanings based on one synchronistic correlation of understanding. A wise prophet once said, "As man unfolds, his God unfolds. Surely your understanding of God today should not be your measurement of God tomorrow. For with age comes wisdom, and with wisdom comes light." Thus, we hear the word Baphomet. One must understand that the name Baphomet is believed to have originated in the early 14th century, specifically associated with the persecution of the Knights of Templar, a medieval Christian military order. During the Templar trials, accusations of heresy included claims that the Templars worshipped a mysterious idol known as the Baphomet. Baphomet was allegedly worshipped as a deity by the medieval order of the Knights of Templar. Under King Philip IV of France, had many French Templars simultaneously arrested and then tortured into confessions in October 1307. The name Baphomet appeared in trial transcripts for the Inquisition of the Knights of Templar. That same year, over 100 different charges had been levied against the Templars, including heresy, homosexual relations, spitting and urinating on the cross, and sodomy. To my master builders of Solomon's Temple, let us not forget to take note that Baphomet came into popular English usage in the 19th century during debate and speculation on the reasons for the suppression of the Templars. Modern scholars agree that the name of Baphomet was an old French corruption of the name Mohammed, with the interpretation being that some of the Templars, through their long military occupation of the Outremer, had begun incorporating Islamic ideas into their belief system, and that this was seen and documented by the inquisitors as heresy. However, here are some of the opinions whom rejected the idea that the Templars could have adopted the doctrines of their enemies, for Templars were rooted in the Roman Catholic faith. Thus, the exact origins and nature of Baphomet, the idol, remains shrouded in mystery and speculation. Some historians suggest that the name could be a corruption or misinterpretation of various words or phrases from different languages, while others argue that it may have been a symbolic representation used in Templar rituals. And over time, the figure of Baphomet has become a prominent symbol in various occult and esoteric traditions, particularly in the teachings of the 19th century French occultist Éliphas Lévi. Lévi's depiction of Baphomet as a hermaphroditic figure with goat-like features has since become one of the most recognizable representations of this enigmatic symbol. The symbol of Baphomet is rich and layered, often representing a synthesis of opposites such as light and darkness, male and female, spirit and matter. Baphomet is seen as a symbol of balance, unity, and transcendence, embodying the idea of reconciling dualities to achieve spiritual enlightenment and inner harmony. But one must also consider that with all symbols, there is light and darkness to be extracted based on one's interpretation and understanding, which sheds light on the fact that Baphomet has been associated with the Satanic Church under the appointment of Anton LaVey, whom opened the first church of Satan in 1966. And in many rituals, he used Baphomet as a sigil. So much so, it is here that we find the original goat pentagram, containing the Hebrew letters at the 5 points of the pentagram, spelling out Leviathan, the ancient serpent deity whom is associated with the embodiment of chaos, while threatening to eat the damned when their lives are over. Now, many theologians associate this demon with the deadly sin known as envy, for it is Leviathan whom encapsulates the space of the material world. Which brings me back to considering why Hollywood and many of the Eurocentric governments on the planet, but specifically the United States, is so venomously steadfast with pushing the transsexual and gay agenda, because one aspect of Baphomet is the hermaphrodite energy. It is this energy that fuels the fire for confusion and chaos. By manipulating the traditions of social norms while shaping and molding a society to that which serves the best interest to those who are provocateurs and agents of miseducation and total and complete darkness. But on the flip side of that coin, we have Aleister Crowley, the occultist and magician of the late 19th to mid 20th century, whom interpreted Baphomet as the divine androgen. Crowley rejected the concepts of biblical God and Satan and followed the Gnostic teaching that Satan brought wisdom to mankind. He would say, that old lie of the serpent in the garden. Baphomet was his symbol and represented life, love, and light, with the addition of the zodiac sign Capricorn, the goat. As masterminds in Solomon's Temple, one must consider the occult and mystical context of Baphomet, which is sometimes associated with concepts of alchemy, magic, and esoteric wisdom. It is viewed as a symbol of transformation, initiation, and integration of the higher and lower aspects of self to attain spiritual evolution. In contemporary occult and symbolic systems, Baphomet continues to hold significance as the potent emblem of hidden knowledge, occult mysteries, and the pursuit of spiritual truth. It is often used as a symbol of personal transformation, self-realization, and the exploration of the deeper aspects of consciousness. This is what they use it for. While interpretations of Baphomet may vary among different individuals and groups, the enduring appeal of this symbol lies in its ability to invoke contemplation, introspection, and the quest for understanding the profound mysteries of existence. Overall, the history and meaning of Baphomet are intertwined with themes of mystery, symbolism, and spiritual exploration, inviting those who encounter it to delve into the depths of their own consciousness and embrace the unity of opposites in their search for enlightenment. Question: is it true that this symbol represents the devil and the dark forces of nature? This is what people want to know. Answer: yes and no. You see, the symbol of Baphomet is used by Satanists and many occult practitioners who may be labeled as agents of darkness and destruction. But it is also true that no symbol can exist without a polar opposite of light, depending upon one's intention and understanding. For example, when one looks at a swastika, many associate the swastika with Hitler and the Aryan nation and the Nazis. But the symbol itself has existed over 7,000 years before any negative connotations were attached to it. In fact, it is a symbol that is associated with good fortune and luck before it was hijacked. The same can be said about the rainbow, which is a symbol of different reflections of light, made manifest before it is associated with any specific community with participants of an alternative lifestyle. Let's also look at the American flag. This symbol existed thousands of years in Egypt on the throne of Osiris before it was ever associated with the United States. But nowadays, only few have the knowledge of synchronizing it back to its original source. Thus, when we come to the name Baphomet, the same principles applies, and we must take note where we see two fingers on the right hand pointing upwards and two fingers pointing downwards, meaning as above, so below, which can be associated with the higher self and lower self, heaven and hell. Goats have always been associated with fertility, health, and abundance, and resistance and the ability to overcome opposition. And not to mention, they are also correlated with agility, strength, and ability to navigate life's obstacles with grace and determination. Thus, we get the alpha and omega energy of Capricorn. But let us not be fooled by the goat, because it is also associated with the planet Saturn and the Greek god Dionysus, whom is another aspect of the Egyptian god Osiris, the same god who sits on the throne of the cosmic and universal consciousness. In Greek mythology, we see many aspects of beings who are half man and half goat, likened to the god Pan. It is here in Greece where we tend to see the demonizing of goats and its association of lust, deceit, evil, mischief, murder, rape, and sacrifice. Thus, we get the manifestation of that which is referred to as the devil. And in some images of Baphomet, we see a male goat with the breast of a woman that is synonymous with hermaphrodite energy. But it can also be seen as a yin and yang, unified and embodiment as one force. Nowadays, we observe and hear the word goat in sports and mainstream hip hop, and ironically, it has morphosized as an acronym meaning the greatest of all times. It is not strange how we now have a word associated with the prince of darkness, also known as the devil. As we move forward, one must pay close attention to the caduceus, which is associated with the kundalini energy, traveling from the base of the spine to the crown chakra, fueling one's desire for enlightenment and spiritual bliss. The torch between the horns of the Baphomet can be interpreted as a torch of light in the pursuit of knowledge. Thus, we get flames of intelligence and the soul elevated above matter. It is here where we get fire that can be used as a constructive or destructive force. As far as the 5-pointed pentagram goes, my studies have led me to believe that the upright pentagram is based on love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, which are the 5 original principles of civilized man and woman. Thus, this is the light. But here, when it's associated with Baphomet and Satanism, we see that it's inverted. And that's where the chaos arises. Because if the upright pentagram represents light, then the inverted pentagram must represent darkness and that which is opposite to righteousness. But that is not to say that light does not have any negative connotations attached to it as well, because too much light can blind one from seeing. So here we have the polarity of up and down, light and darkness, which both can be used negatively or positively based on one's intentions. So as always, in Solomon's Temple, I leave you in peace with these powerful words. The devil that you seek is not to be found in the ground, and the God you seek is not to be discovered in the sky. One must unlock the key to their inner sanctum to find the light and darkness that exists within self. Let me repeat it one more time. The devil you seek is not to be found in the ground, and the God you seek is not to be discovered in the sky. One must unlock the key to the inner sanctum to find the light and darkness that exists within self. Ashe, ashe, ashe.